Welcome. My name is Shawn Jones, and I'm the CEO of the I'm Netrepreneur Network. And today I have the pleasure to have with me Michelle Carlen. Michelle is one of our author contributors in our upcoming book, The Art of Connection. The book will be coming out on February 17th, 2021. Michelle, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you, Shawn, for having me here today. I really appreciate it.
Now, Michelle, before we get started about your quote in the book, which I'm really excited to share, tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and how you're making a difference in the world.
Sure, Shawn. So I'm the founder and president of Alignment Advising. We're a business consulting and professional development coaching firm. And I actually support small businesses and organizations, as well as business professionals, into finding alignment. So if you consider going to the chiropractor, if your neck is out, you're feeling like you can't move forward, you can't move easily, that is actually what I support in my business in helping others to achieve, is navigating roadblocks, whether it's in general sales or marketing and operations, or it could be with staff and training. And so I provide training and professional development as well.
That's incredible. And we do need aligning and in our business, because once one little piece is out, and it's like everything is out. So incredible.
Exactly.
Now, Michelle, is this your first book that you've been a part of, or have you published your own books?
It is my first book to be a part of, and so I'm super excited at this opportunity. I will share with you that I have the possibility of starting to write a book. I'm still trying to formulate what it all looks like, but I've been taking some courses and trying to understand the publishing process and so forth. And truly, I think it'll come down to stories about communication and connection. And so I think this is just the start of that. So it's, like I said, very exciting for me.
Well, they say it's not uncommon. Once you dip your toes in the water and you have one book, the rest of it, it's like you find that you have more and more to share. So we can't wait to see your book when it comes out and read it and share it with others. Now, what inspired you specifically to be in the art of connection?
So funny enough, it was through a connection. My friend and colleague, Laurel Pendle, you may know Laurel, she is familiar with your organization. And she said, hey, I think you'd be great. I'd love to see you have your quote in this book. So I went ahead and was able to connect with you all and decided that absolutely, if I was going to continue down this path of potentially publishing a book in the future, that this would be a great inroad.
Mm-hmm. And being that it's going to be a bestseller, you'll be able to have that title when your book comes out on your back cover, that you're already a #1 bestseller. Plus, with the book being approved by the Library of Congress, the largest, most well-known library in the world, I mean, that gives such credibility right out of the gate. So we really appreciate you being part of this book. Now, your quote, you're in the book on May 25th, is your date. And your quote is, "The secret to success is working with someone who is further along your path than you are." And this one, I thought, that's true. I sat back and I looked at my own life in business and over the years, and I've always attracted people that they're a little bit further ahead. And I learned a lot from them. But what were you specifically thinking about when you were writing this quote? What was your why behind it?
So it actually came out as a result of talking to another entrepreneur who has a radio show in the hospitality industry. And we were chatting and we were talking about how people kind of struggle, which again is what my company is, helping you move beyond and into alignment. And I said that exact quote, and he said, "I have to write that down, Michelle." He said, "That is so on point. I'm calling that out in my next show." And what is behind it is the fact that when we're constantly trying to improve ourselves, it's really hard to do unless you have someone who's kind of led that same path prior. And not that you're on the same path that that other person is, whether it's a mentor or a coach, but you need help in understanding the terrain ahead. And they help you with that. So in my years in business, and I was in the hospitality industry for about 24 years before starting my own company in December 2019, I actually worked with 6 or 7 different coaches and mentors to get me to start my business. So it was a process. And so that's where that quote comes from, is really partnering with someone that's been there before.
Absolutely. If you could share your the biggest advice, I call it the golden ticket, and you can tell the all the other entrepreneurs out there just your golden ticket. What is your one golden ticket of advice that you can offer?
Is to remember that being an entrepreneur or a business owner is a process, kind of into what I was just sharing, and that you need to celebrate the little steps and achievements along the way, right? Because what can happen is you have this big vision and goal. And again, you may struggle getting there and you think, I'm not getting there, what's going on? And so that's when you have to break it down. And I break it down into steps and processes and acknowledge that without the first step, you can't have the second step. Without the second step, you can't have the third step, so on and so forth. So I say celebrate the process, know that it is a process, and just continue along.
That is excellent advice, Michelle. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to interview with me and to share your knowledge with everyone who's watching this interview. I appreciate, and I know on behalf of Robert and all of us, we appreciate you being part of our Art of Connection book. And for anyone who is looking to have your own copy of the book, you can go over to 365networkingquotes.com. That's 365networkingquotes.com. We also are working on our second book in the collection that will also be coming out the end of this year. It's based on the 2022 calendar year, and that information is also on the website. Michelle, again, thank you so much for everything that you have offered and given to help create that legacy and to help others after us.
It's my pleasure, Sean. Thank you.